Hello everybody and welcome back to another edition of Matchbox Marks Diecast Restoration. This week I'm taking on the Unimog, or Unimog, depending upon how you want to pronounce it. The Unimog came out in two colors, red and blue, and then tan and green. So this is the, let me get it here, the Unimog number, let me get it to focus. It looks like number 49, it looks like. Alright, so this is a popular model. This is the one that I had when I was a kid, this one right here. And the other ones I had sourced through eBay, and I'm going to restore them to the original colors. And what was really popular with these things is losing the wheels. I only have one complete set to make a restored vehicle, so I'm going to have to source some tires, and I've heard you can use O-rings. So I just need to use my micrometer and measure the inside and outside diameter of the wheels that I have, and then hopefully they'll work just fine. This one here, the original one was red and blue, so somebody tried to paint it and they didn't really do a good job. So, alrighty. So that is the project for the week. Unimog. Alright, till next shoot. Alright, I wanted to show really quick how I make my axles. I learned this trick from Marty. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this rivet right here, and I'm going to pound off this with a hammer and a little screwdriver, and should come off pretty easy. There we go, just got to get it just right. There we go. So take that off, and then I save these to replace the button screws if the hole's too big. And then you take this and you put it through the axle, or the hub, just like that. And you have a brand new axle. So there we have it. So I got to do this 10 times, and I've already made them up, and they're all over there. So here you go, just a rivet, and then you cut it off and you mushroom it off when you're done. Alright, I'm going to take these apart now. Alright, so they're all taken apart, the fleet of Unimogs. So as you can see, I went ahead and separated the, I guess, chassis from the main body. At the same time, I drilled and tapped the holes, and I always keep screws in there so when I paint, the paint doesn't get on the threads. And then I just take these out and replace them with new button screws. So as you can see, I've got a good selection going. There's my rivet heads that I save. These are the longest, and these are the medium, and then these are the smallest, so it depends how much you might have to drill the holes. And of course, there's my trusty sidekick Yoda, always checking it out. And there's my 9 axles, or my 10 axles, sorry. They're all ready to be used, and I'll just put in the tires and mushroom the end. And then over here is the hubs, tires, and the windscreens. So I'm going to soak these in hot soapy water overnight, like I always do. And one thing I want to show you that I did, each windscreen was held in with a rivet. So I took my little burring tool and I smoothed it out in each roof. So that way when I put in the sunscreen or the windscreen, I'm not going to be battling any former rivets. So there we have it. So we have the fleet of Unimogs going in the stripper. So right after this shoot, I will drop them in the old tank, and I'll show you how I do it. See you in a bit. Alright, so here we go. Gonna drop them into the old cister bath, and I let them soak all night long. It's only about 8 hours, so drop them all in there. And I just did a build-off with Nick's Toy Garage, and I wasn't happy with my paint, so I'm going to redo this one and fix the A-frame. So, even though it turned out pretty decent, so there we have it. So I'm going to shake these up, get them all coated up, so they all sink. And you don't want to touch this stuff with your hands, it's pretty nasty. Let me do this. Alright, there they are. 6 vehicles in there, who'd have thought? So, alright, so this will be done tomorrow. Alright. Alright, so now I'm ready to rinse the Unimogs off from being in the stripper all night. And I leave them in the stripper mainly because I do it right before I go to bed, so that way they can just soak all night. That's really the only reason. So, alright, I'm going to rinse these babies off. Alright, here we go. Let's see how they came out. No paint. The hardest part is getting inside the bed of it. Alright, I'm going to do the rest of these and then I'll wire the brush them. Alright, got them all rinsed off. Most of the, about 99% of the paint is off all of them, except for, look at this. This one hardly even got touched. That is weird. That one and then the bottom of this one. That is just odd. Figured they'd all be stripping the same amount of time, right? Alright, so I'm going to put that back in there, and probably won't be 8 hours though. But there we have it. Alright, so here are all the wheels and the hubs and the transparencies. A couple of them have paint, so I'm going to go see if I can use my Goo Gone to take off the paint. So hopefully it'll work. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and scrape the paint off the tires with this stuff called Goo Gone spray gel. It's really popular in the US. I don't know if they have this overseas or not across the pond, but it really gets everything off. Gum and blood and everything else. So I'm going to show you really quick. So just spray it on and liberally. And if you just take your probably your fingernails first, soften it up, and it comes off. Just like that. It helps using your fingernails because the cotton buds are too soft. Let me get this paint over here. And you can save yourself a lot of money and a lot of time just by scraping it off. So there's that, and this one has a little bit of paint on there, not much. I know the fingernails help a lot, but I don't really have any fingernails. So there's a little trick, and I'm going to go ahead and clean these up in soap and water to get that chemical off. And I don't recommend them using on transparencies because I think it's too tough for plastic. So there we have it. Alright, so now I'm going to start wire brushing all these. And what I do is I do all of the same ones at the same time. Like for all the Unimogs, I'll do the bed. And what I use is I use this bit right here because this kind of is rounded off. So I'll turn it on and I'll kind of get in the corners mainly. And then where the windows are, a lot of remnants of paint. And I'll do that to all of them. Alright, so I'm going to keep doing these. I don't want to record everything as it'll be kind of boring. It's the same thing. I just wanted to show you how I prep the beds and then do the bodies. So hopefully I'll have them all done soon. Alright, so back from getting them wire wheeled and getting all the paint off, they all turned out really good, better than I thought. And one good thing is there's no broken parts, pillars, or anything. So what I love about these Unimogs is the detail. Let me see if I can focus. The side panel's got the little rivets. It's got the handles up on top to open it. I think that is so cool. There we go. And I really like the front detail. How it says Unimog right above the Mercedes symbol. So here's the other side panel. So they're all shiny. I'm going to take some mineral spirits to them. And then I'm going to do some 4/0 steel wool. And I'm going to primer them. So I have a face shield on order, should be coming in today, because every time I wire wheel I get shrapnel coming at my face from the bristles. But a real funny story, I was out back doing my wire wheel prep, and my wife would always find these little shards of metal in her feet. So immediately after figuring out the problem, we traced it back to the wire wheels getting flown off. So now I do it in the garage. So there you have it. Alright, so next time I will for next shoot, these should be primered and ready for paint. Alright, just got back from priming them with some Tamiya Fine Surface Gray primer. I had half the fleet in white and half in gray because I ran out. So I went ahead and just redid them all in gray. It's going to bug me when they're two different colors, so I always want to start off on the same slate. So, there we go. And very excited to redo the Lambo. So I did put on a new pillar. Came out really well. I sanded it down, and so that should be like new when I'm done. So, and there's all the chassis and the Unimogs. And then now, gonna put them into the old dust-free environment. I'm gonna just let them dry all day and all night, and then tomorrow I will paint them. Alrighty, till next shoot. Right, it is time for the reveal of the fleet of Unimogs and my Lambo redo. So it is pronounced Unimog. I googled it and did the translation, and that's how they pronounced it. So this one I brought back to the original tan and blue. I don't remember which one was the grubbiest of them all, but so new rivets, clean the tires, the paint, and I use this stuff right here to shine up the tires. It is a really good product. So I use that for the tires, and I use them all on the Unimogs. Unimog, actually, I had to Google it, is Universal Motor Gerät. Gerät is German, and it means apparatus or machine. So, there you have it. So there's that Unimog. Put that. I like saying Unimog. Sounds better. But anyway, I don't want to go against the pronunciation. So, there we have it. Same one. These are missing the pintle hooks. I didn't bother to put any on. I just didn't want to venture down that road. So, there's that one. And I was really impressed with how I matched the blue paint. So, almost looks like the original. So, once again, there's the paint scheme. This is my favorite of the two colors. So, now, what you can do on this particular tire is you don't have to use these tires. If you see where the spare tire is, you can actually use an O-ring. And this O-ring right here, let me get a picture of it. Let me turn it so where you can see it. So this is a good suitable tire O-ring, and you can't even tell the difference. It is a little smaller in the thickness, but overall, what I did to save tires was I put the O-rings in there. And so there's that one. And the last one. Unimog. There we have it. Came out pretty well. This one's got the pintle hook on it. New axles using the rivets. Just cut them off and mushroom the end with a ball peen hammer. And chromed out the front as it was originally from the factory. And there we have it. And now my Lambo reveal. A lot of people says, hey, go with a brighter color. So I did. And this has been a little project for me. This has really tried my patience. So, painted the tail lights. Chromed out the exhaust. These are the original super fast tires. I just went ahead and blacked them out because I think it looks nicer. Did the chrome headlights. And the pillar as it comes around. So I had this thing stripped about 8 times because that pillar kept coming off. And when I was putting in the windshield for the final reveal, the pillar came off again. So excuse the sloppiness. I wasn't about to redo it for like the 10th time. And another thing that happened was I was chroming out the headlights with my little chrome paint pen, and a river of chrome paint came all the way down the front. So I had to strip it again and paint it. So, and I did actually right there, I did paint that black before, but I just wanted to be done with it. So, I hope everybody likes this color. A lot of comments were the lime green, so here you have it. So, thank you so much. This has been an awesome restoration custom project. Nick, hopefully you're watching this, and this is the new Lambo. And thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and please like and subscribe and share. Until next time.